What if the most powerful fuel for breast cancer isn't coming from the ovaries, or even the bloodstream? What if it's being made right inside the tumor? This is the story of estrogen's hidden role, how it acts not just as a hormone, but as a local force that transforms breast tissue into a fertile ground for cancer. Estrogen. It's often seen as a symbol of femininity, fertility, and youth. But for the 1 in 8 women who will develop breast cancer in their lifetime, estrogen may play a more sinister role. In ER-positive breast cancers, those that carry estrogen receptors, estrogen acts like fertilizer, encouraging tumors to grow, divide, and spread. When estrogen binds to its receptor inside a cancer cell, it triggers a molecular domino effect. This cascade activates genes that tell the cell grow, multiply, survive. But here's the revelation. The breast tumor isn't just passively responding to estrogen, it's actively producing it. Scientific studies have discovered that levels of 17B, estradiol, the most potent form of estrogen, can be up to 10 times higher in tumor tissue compared to the blood. This tells us something crucial. Estrogen is being synthesized locally, inside the tumor microenvironment. The culprit? A powerful enzyme called aromatase. Aromatase converts androgens, male hormones present in all bodies, into estrogen. In healthy breast tissue, aromatase levels are low, but in breast cancer, they soar, especially in fat cells and stromal cells surrounding the tumor. In fact, the closer you are to the tumor, the higher the aromatase levels. This local production of estrogen becomes especially critical after menopause. When the ovaries shut down estrogen production, the breast tissue, and the tumor itself, becomes the primary site of estrogen synthesis. It's as if the cancer builds its own hormone factory. Estrogen produced locally acts in 2 distinct ways. Autocrine signaling, cancer cells make estrogen and stimulate themselves. Paracrine signaling, nearby fat or stromal cells produce estrogen, which then acts on neighboring tumor cells. Both of these pathways create a feedback loop of growth. The tumor grows, more aromatase is made, more estrogen is produced, and the cycle continues. But estrogen doesn't stop at hormone signaling. It also activates growth factor pathways like IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1, EGFR, epidermal growth factor receptor. These molecules supercharge cancer cell proliferation, enhance blood vessel formation, and worst of all, make tumors resistant to treatment. Estrogen acts like a cellular accelerator, pushing breast cancer cells through the G1 to S phase of the cell cycle. This means more DNA replication, more cell division, and ultimately, more cancer. Genes like cyclin D and c-myc are switched on, and the tumor gains momentum. This understanding has reshaped breast cancer treatment. We now have endocrine therapies that target estrogen in 2 key ways: block its production, using aromatase inhibitors, block its action, using drugs like tamoxifen or fulvestrant. These therapies have improved survival, but they don't always work. Over time, some tumors develop resistance. They find alternate pathways, upregulate other receptors, or increase local estrogen production to bypass therapy altogether. This makes treatment more complex and far more urgent. That's why scientists are pushing forward. They're investigating how estrogen interacts with inflammatory signals, the genetic drivers of aromatase expression, and how to shut down local estrogen synthesis without harming healthy tissue. The goal? Smarter, more targeted therapies, with fewer side effects and longer-lasting results. Understanding estrogen's local effects empowers more than just science. It empowers women, because knowledge leads to early detection. Knowledge drives better treatment decisions, and knowledge gives us hope. So the next time we think about hormones in breast cancer, let's look closer, because sometimes the biggest threat is the one made right inside. Stay curious, stay informed, stay empowered.